The lighting in this one might be a bit shit, but that's just something we're gonna have to live with. So today's video is about the enneagram personality types, well, mostly my type. I love personality tests, and as the attention-seeking individual that I am, I love being told about myself. In the Myers-Briggs personality test, I am an ENFP, I believe, and according to the enneagram types, I am a type 3. There are a couple of ways that you can find out your type, which include googling free tests and also just reading up on the personality types and seeing which one fits you the best, which is quite easy if you already know yourself on some basic level, as most of the types are based on basic needs and basic fears. Yep! You can say hi. Thank you. No problema. So what I'm gonna do is read a bit from the Enneagram Institute and then go into how all of this relates to me, and hopefully that will give you a better understanding of both type 3s and me. The basic fear of type 3s is the fear of being worthless, and from the start this is something that I could really relate to. I feel like the fear of being worthless has been something that's dictated a large portion of my life, and it reflects daily in the smallest of things, such as being a perfectionist and doing a lot of things to make myself valuable to people. As a teenager, I connected a lot of my worth to my body image. The type 3 basic desire is to feel valuable and worthy. And type 3s want to be affirmed. They want to be noticed. They want to distinguish themselves from the crowd. To some degree, I do crave attention. And being here in front of the camera is part of that. But even in my day-to-day life with my friendship groups and my family, I always crave to impress people, which means that I get quite frustrated when jokes are being made at my expense. I feel like that taps a lot into that fear of not being good enough. It's definitely something that I'm trying to work on, to not take myself too seriously. Type 3s are also called the achiever. Healthy 3s know how good it feels to develop themselves and contribute their abilities to the world, and also enjoy motivating others to greater personal achievements than others thought they were capable of. 3s want to make sure their lives are a success, however that is defined by their family, their culture, and their social sphere. In some families, success means having a lot of money, a great house, a new expensive car, and other status symbols. Others value ideas and success by distinguishing themselves in academic or scientific worlds. Success in other circles might mean becoming famous as an actor or model or writer, or as a public figure of some sort. No matter how success is defined, 3s will try to become somebody noteworthy in their family and their community, which I find really interesting because I remember from a really young age this being my main drive. Most of my role models growing up were best-selling authors, and that was kind of the place that I wanted to reach. And to some degree this is still something that I like to happen. I want to be someone who's noteworthy, who is respected, and be as far from average as possible. The website goes on to say that the problem is that in the headlong rush to achieve whatever they believe will make them more valuable, 3s can become so alienated from themselves that they no longer know what they truly want or what their real feelings or interests are. From their earliest years, as 3 become dependent on receiving attention from others and in pursuing the values that others reward, they gradually lose touch with themselves. Step by step, their own inner core, their heart's desire, is left behind until they no longer recognize it. I don't think I've ever reached that point where I did more of what others wanted me to do than what I wanted to do. I don't think I ever picked up interest just to gain approval, but I have to say that other people's approval has made me want to excel in a lot of interests, sometimes to the point where I would be disappointed in myself if I wasn't immediately good at something. I'm not sure this is a 3 thing, in particular, but I do tend to seek efficiency in achieving goals. I constantly want to get to the finish line through the shortest possible way so that I achieve the best result in the shortest time. And this is something I still really struggle with and I'm trying to work on, taking my time to get places. At healthy levels, threes are self-accepting, authentic, gentle and benevolent, self-assured, energetic and competent, with high self-esteem. At average levels, threes are highly concerned with their performance, constantly driving themselves to achieve goals as if their self-worth depends on it. Terrified of failure, comparing themselves to others in search for status and success. They become image conscious, highly concerned with how they are perceived. At unhealthy levels, threes are fearing of failure and humiliation, can be exploitative and opportunistic, willing to do whatever it takes to preserve the illusions of their superiority, devious and deceptive so that their mistakes and wrongdoings will not be exposed. They become vindictive, restless, and obsessive. Threes can also overstress about their body image, which I have struggled with throughout pretty much my entire life. It all comes from feeling like they are accepted by others and valued by others, and all of these things are very much me. I am of course trying to work on all of them, but it is a slow progression, and as we already concluded, I am no good with those. Anyway, that's it for my personality type, and if you look up yours, do let me know. Also remember, people are complex beings. As much as we try, we cannot reduce ourselves to numbers, so do take all personality tests with a grain of salt. That is it for today, and hopefully I will not hate this video when I'm editing. I'll see you next time.